What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I'm gonna have a relatively unpopular opinion here. A hot take, will you, on Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. My initial reaction was that I didn't like how it looked, that it was for kids, and then I realized this is exactly what Konami needs to do for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the physical card game. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, a lot of people are complaining, Vrains died for this. Vrains did end early on apparently very popular ratings within the realm of anime in Japan, and Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 looks very focused towards kids. I ask you, what is Yu-Gi-Oh!'s target audience? It is actually adults when you look at the TCG and card game, and that's where the problem lies. A lot of the average age range for Yu-Gi-Oh! is 22 to 24, and they're cycling out of the game. They're getting out of college, they have less time to dedicate to Yu-Gi-Oh! They're getting into their careers, and that means less time for locals, less time for the friends that they made along the way, and they're headed towards this life of having kids and just less and less Yu-Gi-Oh! Where's the refresh in Yu-Gi-Oh? You go to a locals, you go play the physical card game, and tell me how many kids are at your shop. I bet you the average number is under 3, if any. I asked my live stream, many of them said 1 to 0. And for me, when I walk into a DFW locals, it's 0 right now. They have half-assed attempt to reach out towards adults and kids at the same time. It's failed. They need to give a full-on appeal towards children in a well-done way. And watching this trailer, I see throwbacks to the classics. I see really awesome things for long-term fans, yet everyone is griping and complaining out early. You remember what else that happened with, that turned out to be one of the darkest and best animes for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I see scenes in this that could show some darkness within this actual anime. 5Ds. 5Ds turned out great for all generations. People were making fun of it when it came out. Card games on motorcycles? That's ridiculous. Now, it's adored. It's loved. People want, like, full-size bikes of this and even make replicas. It's crazy how much people have warmed up to Stardust Dragon. And remember, for the physical TCG, synchro summoning is gonna break Yu-Gi-Oh! It's gonna kill it, it's so stupid. White cards, it turned out freaking awesome. The last anime that I feel like really appealed towards kids was Zexal, and Arc 5 did try to do that, but it just kind of flopped. People overall seem to dislike it, and with Zexal, you did have kids at locals getting in, talking about Utopia and how they enjoyed it. They had empathy and sympathized with the characters in it and could feel a connection. You go into the physical card game today, this is a look competitively at what happens to a kid that shows up to YCS. They play pro player Jesse Cotton, round one, on camera, on stream, and get FTK looped. Well, FTKs have fizzled out for a little bit. They'll probably be back in April. But there was a huge thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! 7. The disdain was so great that upon the reveal, people were hoping for a second anime to run because a new product, a new card type is coming out for this, and another product line is running. So they're like, surely they have to keep advertising the core card game. I think from a marketing standpoint, it would be very confusing to run 2 animes at once and call one the 7th. What are you gonna do? Release Yu-Gi-Oh! 8 at the same time? Like, when we look at this, and yeah, I'm all for having 2 animes, by the way, that'd be awesome, but I just don't think it's smart from a marketing perspective. In April 2020, we get a Master Rule update to physical Yu-Gi-Oh! That was super well received. We got Xyz, Fusion, and Synchro Summoning unleashed from Link Arrows. They can do whatever they want again, and Pendulums are still choked and restricted because they're not a fan favorite, but honestly, it's a buff for Pendulums too, if you think about it. You're able to do all those moves after you Pendulum summon all the zones. People were just hoping for another anime. People were hating on this card art. I think this is amazing. You get a fuller picture. People have been begging for full arts, and now it might even be possible with the new art style. And I get that it can look a little Vanguardish because, guess what? One of the higher-ups in this project is from Vanguard. I think they did a great job. Rush Duel shows that it's specifically for Rush Duels like they had for Speed Duels. I think Speed Duels are dead. Speed Duels were so half-assed. They're going to give a real push towards this, it feels. a full product line in the OCG where speed duels didn't exist, and a full different kind of card with brand new R&D cards. Speed duels was rehashed cards. It was an attempt at half-assed duel links in real life, and they're going full with it this time. They are pushing it all through, and they're making even its own format, its own conditions, like you get to summon as many times a turn, which sounds dangerous. You get to actually draw back to 5. Guess what that means for kids? They can make more mistakes and recoup the advantages. It's almost as if it's made for them. And you can bet there's going to be adults that come into this format and try to play against the kids. But with the new Master Rule update, it's very alluring for most adults who used to play. Instead of looking at this newfangled thing, they want to go back to how it was. And I think a lot of kids are going to be able to find this game together, play this game together, and there are throwbacks to the classic for us. I can't believe people were angry at this, Blue Eyes. Look what they did to my baby boy. They made him freaking awesome. This looks amazing to me. Look at how classical the art looks, almost Season 0-esque. And yeah, it has the new card layout. The art's insane. I want this immediately. I played since LOB in 2002. I have played since the beginning of this game, and I think this is freaking awesome. Now, my own opinions aside, the comments really don't like this. Atem didn't die for this. Reigns ended early for this. Reigns was ended for this. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. Definitely, I'm not making it up when the community really seems to dislike it. Look at this. Almost a 2/3 dislikes to like ratio here. And on the other trailer from Kali Effect, we see 500 to 1.1, a 2-to-1 ratio here. The community very much split against it. It feels like hairstyle not crazy enough. Mom, can we get Yu-Gi-Oh? No, we have Yu-Gi-Oh at home. Yu-Gi-Oh at home. Like, so this is Yu-Gi-Oh! X Beyblade. That was the #1 comparison. Beyblade does a lot of sales to kids, you notice. So yeah, with the cycling outdoor of people that are growing up, age 22 to 24, leaving out of college, getting real jobs, having kids, they're not going to have time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Where is Yu-Gi-Oh!, the physical card game, gonna get its new audience after it's grown up and moved out? They can't wait those 12 years for the kids to be 12 to 13 comprehensive of Yu-Gi-Oh! And start to get taught by their parents who come back to some X number amount of new synchro mechanics, or not synchro mechanics, but master mechanics and new summoning types. You get my point. Links, pendulums, Xyz. There's gonna be new ones along the way in the future, most likely. You just can't come back to it the same. And when kids do find interest, they find your old box of cards. Oh, what's this, Grandpa? Sit down, let me tell you a great story, but it's over. That's not the future I want for Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs to stop half-assed attempts of reaching kids, and they need to go full on. I get it. You're mad. You're not the target audience for this one, and you feel like Konami's missing its target audience because they have grown up. But no, they didn't miss it. The new Master Rule is a perfect example of how they haven't missed it in Yu-Gi-Oh! They are clearly appealing to the classics. You look through this trailer, there are darker points. You see, like, these gray fields and stone walls, and they're going to end up in some interesting places. But it's definitely so that kids can empathize and sympathize with the characters. They can feel this relation to them. They can want to be like them or want to be friends with them. And Konami has done an amazing job in marketing in this one. Again, I get it. You're okay to be mad that it's not for you. If you've been a fan of the anime, you enjoyed Reigns being darker once again and being more towards adults. But this is exactly what Konami needed to do for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you so much for watching and hearing me out if you've gone till this point. I understand that you may be dead set against this anime, and you may have watched, say, Season 0 all the way through the classics, Duel Monsters, but do just try to remember how against certain things in animes people were once upon a time, and how set the community is against this. I feel like there's just an initial reaction. Having that initial reaction and being part of the conversation of disliking something new with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is how it has been. People made fun of Reigns. Oh, we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On hoverboards now. Well, I guess we had Yu-Gi-Oh! On motorcycles. I feel like Reigns also had the same kind of a reaction at the start, and I really do want to see people try to give this a chance with how they look back to the class, because I thought there were only 4 blue eyes. Remember how Yugi actually opened packs in the original series? I don't know that it was explained why there were 4 blue eyes, but I certainly think it's okay for there to be more blue eyes in the future too. I like where they've headed. I like the nods they've given, and I look forward to actually trying it out and giving it a chance. So I hope you do too. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you at least enjoyed the conversation, and if you have an alternating opinion on this, leave it down in the comment section down below. I do actually like to enrich my own content from hearing you guys out, and I think you should give this at least a chance before you judge it to all heck. Even if it is more towards kids, maybe open up your heart a little bit back to your childhood, because Yu-Gi-Oh! At the age of 12 to 13 is when I got in, and I think, you know, if I'm 12 to 13, would I have gotten in with, say, Arc 5? Maybe not, but with this, I'm starting to think from the looks of it, if I try to put myself back in those shoes, it does look very interesting comparatively to something like that. Thanks for watching.